Hello, I'm Joyce Woodworth. Welcome to the Spirit of Winona. There are 5 Lions organizations in Winona. They're the 3 major clubs, the Rivertown Lions, the Sunset Lions, and the Noon Lions clubs. There's also a branch group called the Sun Up Club, which meets at 7:30 in the morning. And there's a young group of members at the Winona Middle School called the Leo Lions Club. The members of these organizations all have the same purpose in mind, to serve humanity. Here in Winona, they raise money and give it back to the community in a variety of ways. Many of these lovely pavilions around the lake, for instance, were donated by the Lions. Today we're going to meet with the members of the Lions clubs and find out how they raise money, what they do with it, and why belonging to this organization is so important to them. This is Jack Craig, who's a member of the Winona Noon Lions. Hi, Jack.
Hi, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, Jack. Now tell me, I understand that the Noon Lions is the oldest lion organization in Winona. Is that right?
We're the oldest Lions organization in southern Minnesota.
Wow. Now tell me a little bit of the history of that.
Well, I've only been a part of it for 8 years, but Lionism started way back in the 40s for the whole part of the district, but here in Winona started in 1935. And we've been the founding or the sponsor for many of the Lions groups. The Rushford Lions, for one, who just celebrated their 60th anniversary just last year. We were the proud sponsors of them, as well as the Sunset Lions. And Lionism in this part of the country, a lot of it evolved through us.
Now, do any of the organizations have a different goal, or do you all have the same common goal?
Our core goal is the same. We support diabetes. We're the Knights of the Blind, as Helen Keller had dubbed us back years and years and years ago. So we supply glasses for the needy, hearing aids for the people who need them. We also do a lot of community service, a lot of community projects. Many of the pavilions in our parks have been purchased and made possible by the Lions' money. At Christmas time, on Christmas Day, we serve dinner to the shut-ins, or the people who don't have a place to go. And we served this last year about 115 meals. We have music where a family comes in and sings Christmas carols. The minister of the church comes down and gives Christmas blessing, and we serve the meal, then we eat with them afterwards. And then about 1:30 or 2 o'clock, we go home to our families. And that is really the highlight. It's something that most of us who've worked there once have worked our Christmas around because it's so rewarding. Then another one we do is we put together Christmas baskets for the needy families. And volunteer service will call us up and say we need X number of baskets. And this year it was nearly 200 baskets for families who didn't have the monetary resources to go out and buy their own Christmas dinner. And to be a part of everyone's Christmas like that is beyond words.
This is Bob Ondrashko from the Sunset Lions. Hi, Bob.
How do you do?
I do just fine. Now tell me about you, what you do in the Sunset Lions.
Oh, right now I'm the membership chair for our club and one of the people that's trying to help get this organized for this evening tonight. And so it's fun. It's fun. Meeting people is a great thing, and I love it.
Tell me how all the Lions clubs work together.
Well, we have a joint meeting once a year, but we're really not competing for members. We're trying to get members where they belong. You know, somebody in the morning, somebody in the evening, somebody at another evening and a noon. So really we're not competing, and we're doing things to help humanitarian efforts. That's really what it's all about. We do chili suppers and this sort of thing, but that really isn't what we do. We do the eye collection of the glasses. We do the Christmas toy store. We do also we have the hearing, and we try to get people up in hearing. We have leader dogs, and that's what we really do. What we do on the other end of it is just projects to raise money from people like you so that we can afford to do these sort of things. That's what it really is.
This is Bill Clark, who is a member of the Sunset Lions Club. Hi, Bill.
Hi, how are you?
Thank you. I'm fine, and welcome to the Spirit of Winona.
Thank you. Glad you could come tonight.
Well, Bill, tell me exactly what the Sunset Lions Club is all about.
Okay, well, the Sunset Lions were chartered back in 1977, and we have approximately 50 members. And we do exactly the same thing that the other clubs do here in town. My big project is the Minnesota Lions Eye Bank. I'm one of the directors on the Minnesota Lions Eye Bank, and we're responsible for over 1,000 corneal transplants a year. You have to understand, back in 1917 when we were founded, Helen Keller came and spoke to the Lions and said, I'd like you to be the Knights of the Blind. So we have been the Knights of the Blind since 1917. We collect used eyeglasses, which are distributed all over the world. Last year in Minnesota, they collected over 1 million pair of used eyeglasses.
Well, what do they do exactly with those old eyeglasses?
Well, most of them are in my garage right now, I think. But normally what we do is we put out the boxes around town. You've probably seen them. We collect the glasses, and we take them over to Rosholt, Wisconsin. And over at Rosholt, they clean them and wash them and sort them and check the prescriptions and put it in a database in the computer. And then anybody who is going on a trip, say, to Africa or even some parts of our own country, can get the glasses and take them and fit them to people who need them. And they all go to people who normally wouldn't have eyeglasses.
That's wonderful. Tell me some of the other activities that you do for fundraisers in Winona.
Oh, well, I'm a little prejudiced there because my big one is my chili feed. And we feed about 600 people every December. And the money goes right back into the community. All the money we make, every dime of it goes right back either into the community or into our other projects like the Minnesota Lions Eye Bank or the Hearing Foundation.
This is Vern Doctor, who is part of the hearing organization of the Lions. Tell me about that. Exactly what does that mean?
Yes, all Lions clubs in Minnesota, Manitoba, and Northwest Ontario are part of this multiple district Lions Hearing Foundation. We're located at the University of Minnesota, and we work directly with the Department of Otolaryngology there, and we furnish money for them for research and equipment and so on. Our latest project at the Hearing Foundation has been the newborn hearing screening program. In '97, only 8% of the hospitals in Minnesota routinely checked newborns for hearing problems. Now it's up to 96. In fact, I heard this past weekend it's now 98% of our hospitals in the state do this on a routine basis. And we're finding about 4 babies per week on the average with problems. And by finding them early, we can get the hearing problem diagnosed, we can get it corrected, and they develop as a normal child. The Winona Lions clubs annually help with this project by making donations.
Great. Now tell me how much you've raised for this purpose.
It's been over 5.5, and I think we're approaching $6 million that we've given to the University of Minnesota through this. All of the money coming from different Lions clubs, primarily in the state of Minnesota.
Fabulous. How many people does that actually reach out to and touch?
As far as patients, there have been over 60,000 patients that have been at our clinic at the U of M.
Fantastic. And I understand we're going to be listening to one tonight. Is that correct?
Yes.
I have a cochlear implant. When I was 40 years old, I completely lost my hearing. I had a profound loss. I could not hear anything. I was at a park one time talking to a friend, and I was reading her lips, and she said, "We have to move. There's a band behind you. I can't hear a thing you're saying." And I said, "There's a band behind me?" I didn't even know that they were tubas and everything behind me. That's how profound my hearing loss was. I remember one time going to church, and I was surrounded by people, that I knew, and so on. And the only reason I knew that the organ was going is I could touch the back of the pew with the back of my leg. I could feel vibration. And I was looking around that church, and I thought, is all this sound and all this love, and I can't share any of it. And of course, every time I experienced something like that, I knew I had to do something different. There are hundreds, if not millions, of women like myself and men who have lost their hearing as an adult, who stop. They sit on the couch and they get unemployment and they just stop and they aren't part of their family anymore. I was very, very isolated as a deaf person and I didn't like it. And so the cochlear implant was part of what I needed to do. First of all, the Lions have started a long, long time ago in supporting the cochlear implant program at the University of Minnesota. And they've flipped pancakes, and they've sold Christmas trees, and they have benefited the university and the cochlear implant program. Now we are doing children with cochlear implants. What we're basically doing is wiping deafness out. There are 33 infants identified in the United States every day that have a significant hearing loss. And cochlear implants can make a difference for those 33 children. I'm going to show you a little bit of what the cochlear implant looks like. If you start with the number 1, that has a speaker system in it. That's where the microphone is. And then number 2, the sound goes down the wire, and it goes into this part right here, and that's where the computer is, and that changes sound to vibrations. And it goes back up with number 4, and it goes through number 5, which is a magnet that holds it onto my head. And then it goes into my auditory nerve, and it's instantaneous. So the sound goes from here down the wire, through the computer, back up, through, and then to the auditory nerve or the cochlea. Now, it just seems impossible, and it just seems like it should not work, but it works. But the really good thing about the whole thing is that they took that entire device, and when I started 12 years ago with the implant, I had this device, and it was a great big cigarette-size device, and I carried it underneath everything, and wires went up my back, and I had all this stuff in my ears. And today I made a copy of what I wear today. When I went to this device, I could hear the music again, and my sons gave me Beatles music because I had been without the Beatles for 12 years. One of my sons will be getting married in Argentina, and I'm going to Argentina, and I'm able to do all this stuff. I can do all this stuff, and it's so exciting. And so I just wanted to do this again, is what you're doing. This is what the Lions do. The Lions just keep plugging along. They keep giving money, and they keep offering their service and their support. That's what we need. That's all we need.
The Lions clubs throughout the world help not only people with hearing loss, but people with vision problems. They provide glasses so people can see correctly. They make corneal implants possible to those who cannot see, and they provide seeing eye or leader dogs to the blind. I'd like to introduce Sandy Russo and his dog, Maybe, who is maybe a seeing eye dog here, and she's so sweet. But anyway, Mr. Russo is going to tell us exactly what the Seeing Eye Dog organization is all about.
Well, Maybe is 7 months old. We picked her up when she was 7 weeks old, and our job is to socialize her. And now when we socialize her, we take her to food stores, church, movies, Northwest Airlines, if they have an open seat from Rochester to Minneapolis and back, we take her on the airplane. We take her in traffic so that she gets used to cars and a lot of traffic. And we take her any place she can go, and she's able to go anywhere. I mean, they just don't refuse you when it's a leader dog for the blind. And now we take her back in June, and then she goes in training with a blind person and a trainer. And if they're compatible, then the blind person can keep the dog. If not, then she is given to a family.
Tell me the connection of the Lions Club with Maybe the Seeing Eye Dog.
We support, I think about 40% of the money made by the leader dog for the blind has come from the Lions. And so we do raise money for the leader dogs. A leader dog may decide after 6 months of training that she doesn't want to be a leader dog. They may go very well up to a certain point and then just decide they don't want to do it, and they just quit. The dog will just decide, I'm not going to be a leader dog, and she just won't do it anymore.
Now, is that why she's called Maybe?
Yeah. Well, they could name her Maybe because maybe she'll make it and maybe she won't.
What's your feeling about Maybe? Do you think she's going to make it?
I think she'll make a real good one. She has a very good disposition, and she's very gentle and especially with kids, and everything. You can take her in. Now, this is the fourth one we've had. We've had 2 German Shepherds and 2 Golden Retrievers. And the Shepherds are really good. They're very smart. Now, the first one we had has a hearing impaired and blind person, and she made it. The other thing is, a shepherd, you're always uncomfortable when other people are around. But these, she'd lick it to death before she'd bite you.
Yeah. Pretty warm and friendly. Well, thank you so much. This is Julie Levinsky, who is one of the members of the Rivertown Lions. Hi, Julie.
Hi.
Julie, tell me what the Rivertown Lions is all about.
All right. Rivertown Lions is part of an international club, and our motto is We Serve. Locally in Winona, some of the contributions we've made to the community are Red Cross, and we've made contributions to the library. We had purchased diabetic books for the library, Rock Solid Youth Group, and the Home and Community Options, and other causes like that we have contributed to in Winona.
Okay. Now, there's something a little bit different and unique about your club. Your club is all female, isn't it?
Yes, it is. We do invite males to our club. However, it just so happened that when we started as Lioness, the Lioness represented the women and the Lions were the men. So we had decided that we wanted to also charter as a Lions Club, and we just kept our original group. Not to say that men are not invited, however, no one has yet taken us up on the offer. Our big fundraiser is our spaghetti dinner, and we just finished our bread bowl dinner, and we also have raffles, and sometimes we'll have rummage sales and things like that.
This is Alex Service, who is a member of the Leo Lions, and that I think must be a new organization. I've never heard about that, but tell me what a Leo Lion is.
We work at the Winona Middle School and on Wednesdays, and we work at fun nights there, and we donate money to the Lions, and we made like $500 or something, like $1,000 or something, and we donated like half of it to the Humane Society, and we donated the rest to the Lions. And some of the money we used for people who didn't have Christmas presents at Christmas time. So we made a family happy by doing that for them.
Oh, that's wonderful. Just tell me, Alex, how many members are there in the Leo Lions?
They said like 24, 25.
Oh, what made you want to get involved with them?
Well, my mom and dad pointed it out to me in a magazine, and I thought they kind of convinced me to go into it. I wasn't really interested, but now I got into it and I really like it.
Oh, thank you so much. You're doing a great job, Alex. This is Susan Altoff, who is on the committee for tonight's function. Hi, Susan. Welcome to the Spirit of Winona.
Welcome to you also.
Thank you, Susan. Now tell me exactly what's going on here tonight.
Well, there's 4 different Lions Clubs in the community, and tonight we're just offering a chance for the community members to find out what Lions do, how we serve in the community and throughout the world. And we're all getting together to just show the various things that we do, talk about the community, and have some hospitality time, and then we have a guest speaker this evening also.
Now, you're a member of one of the branches of the Lions. Tell me what that is all about.
Okay. It's a new concept for Lions organizations, and it's clubs that are under 20 members. Our club has 8 members in it, and our group decided that it was more convenient for us to meet in the morning. So we are actually a branch of the Noon Lions organization. And any club that's under 20 is a branch. Once you become 20 members, you can be chartered as a full-fledged club.
Camp Winnebago, which is located near Caledonia, Minnesota, approximately 45 minutes from Winona, is also funded by the Lions Club. 116 beautiful acres are open to adults and children who are mentally or physically challenged.
There's summer camps. They also have a respite program for families that just kind of need a break if they're caretakers on a daily basis. It's nice that they can they can have a little time free, and their either adult or child will go to Camp Winnebago for a weekend. So they have a little break, and yet they're all of the things that need to be taken care of about their medications and their physical therapy is also being taken care of over at Camp Winnebago.
Okay. Susan, tell me what made you want to become a Lion.
Well, I've done a lot of service, a lot of various organizations. And actually, when I was too old to be a JC anymore, somebody asked me to be a Lion. And that's basically how I just transferred over from one organization to the next, because I believe in community service.
I find it very important in my life to serve humanity and help the needy and the less fortunate. It's very rewarding, and little things that you can do can make such a big difference in the world. For instance, the Lions Club is known for preventing river blindness in third world countries, and there's a parasite that when the people bathe and swim in the rivers gets in their eyes and causes blindness, and it can be cured with simple drops. So the Lions Club has gone and purchased the drops and distributed them in the countries.
Well, one of the things that I really like is my club sponsored me as a district governor. And I tell you, being a district governor takes a lot of miles and a lot of effort, but it was so well worth it. And I thought I brought some neat ideas back to our club, and just the great members in our club. I can't talk enough about them. Great people. Lions do things for people, and I love that.
It's a fun organization. We kid a lot, and if you've got an ego problem, boy, we're going to take care of that for you. We're just good people from all walks of life. We never discuss politics. We never discuss who's who on the pecking order. We're just a bunch of people, and we have one goal in life, and that's to take care of our community.
Tell me this, Jack, if people are not here attending the meeting tonight, tell me how they can become involved with the Lions.
Okay, all 4 Lions groups work together. And so if you have an interest or a question in Lionism, call me at 454-6750. Ask for Jack Craig. And the clubs meet at 4 different times and so on, so you could tell what time meets with your schedule, and I'll make sure the right Lions organization gets a hold of you. Giving back to the community, I feel, is very important, and to the world. Lionism gives you a chance to use your talents and so on in a collective effort, and for your efforts and talents to go much further.
Well, thank you, Jack. You guys do a wonderful job here. And thank you for joining me today. We can see that the Lions organizations in Winona do a fabulous job, and there's fabulous people involved here, all serving the same purpose, and that's serving their fellow man. Thank you for joining me today. Please join me again next week. Till then, enjoy the Spirit of Winona.